BiomedRx Optimum Woman is the only woman's high-potency full-spectrum multiple vitamin supplement to contain 56 nutrients, including those most important for today's woman, such as calcium for bone health, iron for healthy red blood cells, beta-carotene, biotin for nail and hair health, gamma-linoleic acid from evening primrose oil, octasanol, grapeseed extract, a potent antioxidant important for maintaining capillary strength, and vegetarian digestive enzymes. Visit www.biomedrxsupplements.com.
Gold label quality BiomedRx CBD oil is made from organic hemp that is locally grown, glyphosate-free, gluten-free, non-GMO, homogenized, third-party tested, and CO2 extracted. Visit www.biomedrxcbd.com.
Hi, this is Devin Lockett, the president of JobSite Route. As the son of a general contractor, I know how difficult it can be to get good food on the job site. And letting your construction workers leave the job site to buy lunch just takes valuable time away from them being on the site. I've developed an app and a program that will bring a steady stream of food trucks to your job sites every month for the low price of only $100 per month per site. That comes up to about $3 per day to have a steady stream of food trucks coming to your job sites all day, every working day. You can also contact the food trucks ahead of time and pre-order your food from the menu on our app. This saves valuable time for your construction workers and for you. It also sends a variety of delicious food served on Southern California food trucks to your job sites all day. When you think about it, it only makes sense to join the JobSite Route Network. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Hello. I hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's having a great Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. I had a little bit of court business to take care of this morning and another meeting after that.
So I'm off to a late start. It's actually 11:22. It's closer to noon right now in Southern California. I hope everybody's having a great day, like I said before. Give me a holler. Let me know. Say something in the comments if there's anything in particular you want me to talk about. I'm just going live today because it's Taco Tuesday, and I haven't gone live in a while. So I just wanted to make sure that everything is still kosher and copacetic, and that I can still get through to my peeps. My channel is growing, my son is growing, and my son's channel is growing. So I want you guys to also take a look at Kai Lockett at YouTube. Just go to youtube.com/KAILOCKETT and subscribe. Subscribe to my son's channel. He's doing pretty well. So yeah, there's a lot to talk about and not really much to talk about. Everybody's talking about this high value man thing since the unfortunate passing of Mr. Kevin Samuels. I wasn't a fan myself, or a friend actually. But I do have a lot of respect for what he's accomplished on these YouTube streets. And, it's not easy. It's not easy mustering up and garnering up all of these followers and getting your gimmick right, getting your game right so that, people subscribe and watch you. It's also cool that he was able to beat off the trolls. There are a lot of trolls out there. We're not going to give the trolls any credit for being trolls, but yeah, they're out there. So I think that was one of the good strategies that Mr. Samuels used in getting the women to call in, because you have a lower chance that women are going to do anything trollish. Yes. So, yeah, you got to forgive me. I'm just going through a couple of technical things here, making sure my screen is righteous. It's really interesting, the people out here in social media and the way they are, kind of big-headed, I guess. I'm not really sure. Now, what is it we want to talk about this week? I don't know. I mean, I could talk about narcissism and, personality defects and personality disorders. I get tired of that. I get tired of talking about all of that crap, man. I get tired of talking about the high value man and high value woman. And I get tired of talking about all of the, the sexual marketplace information. That gets kind of boring. I mean, my life has gotten, I guess you could say, either boring or just, I guess, more reserved, right? Because here I am enjoying raising my son, enjoying the finer things in life, or maybe the more reserved things, or the things that are of higher integrity, right? So I'm just kind of enjoying a higher quality of life, and I'm trying to promote that for the people that are followers and that are watching, right? A higher quality of life is what we're looking for. We want basically to get more out of life than what we see on the television, right? More than what they're telling us. You got to remember, advertising really is about self-loathing and about not appreciating oneself, because that's how they try to get you to buy all of the things that they're selling, right? I mean, your life isn't perfect. That's the message that they're sending you, is that your life is not perfect, and it won't be perfect until you have something, such a thing, or whatever, right? And I don't have advertising in my home. I don't even have television in my home. I don't expose my son to that. I really don't. We have televisions, the machines in every room, several of them, but they're all working as computer monitors. So I don't really deal with the whole TV thing. I don't want to expose my son to the zeitgeist, and I actually feel the relief of having spent a few days, weeks, or even months, or even years not having watched television. This is not my first break from television, by the way. I've taken several breaks from watching TV. But there we have it. Yes. Blessings to all. Blessings to all. So basically, what we do at my home is we learn, right? We spend our time learning and studying. We spend our time doing the things that we have to do. We listen to classical music. I have lectures from Harvard and Yale and other universities playing in the background. My son listens to Japanese lessons. You know, my son is 15 years old, and he's actually already taught himself Japanese. He's already teaching himself to read, write, and speak Japanese. Yes, my son is very, very intelligent. My son is very intellectual. I really enjoy that. You know, I go out of my way to make sure that my children have a sense of individuation, right? That they develop a sense of self, that they develop their own personality, that they develop into individuals. They develop into being who they are. And not too many people, not too many parents actually push their children to individuate. You know, a lot of parents prefer, a lot of people prefer that the children live their lives in service to their parents, right? They believe that their children, you know, should be doing what their parents want them to do. Some of them actually become so enmeshed, because that's what we're talking about. We're talking about toxic enmeshment abuse. This is abuse from parent to child. And some parents are so enmeshed with their children that they never even expect their children to have their own identity. And it's pretty sad. Or sometimes you'll find in the cases of older folks, you know, they may see their child or their grandchild as a housemaid or a slave, someone who basically is there to serve and entertain them until they pass on, and without having any consideration at all for how the child is going to survive after they're dead. You know, it's really sad. It's really sad. I don't want my children to be slaves. I don't want anyone's children to be slaves, actually. But especially my children, right? I don't want my children to be slaves. So I try to push individuation. I try to encourage my children to get an education, but not just any education. An education that fulfills their stated purpose, their own purpose in life, right? The principles that I hold most dear are reason, as man is the rational animal. Reason is our tool of survival. Purpose, as we have the unique opportunity to choose how we want to live our lives, how we want to pursue happiness. And self-esteem, which is the combination of self-efficacy, which means I can produce or create the life that I deserve or the life that I desire, and self-worth, which means that I actually deserve this good life that I can achieve for myself. And I try to push these values in my children. I also try to instill the virtues of independence, honesty, integrity, justice, productiveness, and most of all, pride, which is the crown of all virtues, in my children as well. And some people disagree. Some people don't believe that a person should a father. Let's just put it out there.
Even superheroes and supermodels need a daily dose of nutrients to help make life more super. BiomedRx Supplements is making it easy to get exactly what you need. From kids to seniors, they've got something for everyone. Pretty cool, right? Check out their products at biomedrxsupplements.com.
Yes. Anyway, yes. As I was saying, some people believe that, some people have the audacity to believe that a father does not have the right to father his child in today's world. A lot of people have an attitude when it comes to just the presence of fathers in their children's lives. So, you know, when a person is actually an active father who actually, considers parenting a very sacred vocation and actually wants to put in the best into parenting his child, then that's something that's seen as foreign in the eyes of many people in today's world and in today's establishments, right? But like I had to fight this morning in court, you have to fight, right? You have to fight the power to be a man in this world. You have to be willing to fight. Part of manhood is fighting. Nothing we can do about that. And you can't be afraid. You can't be afraid to fight, and you can't be afraid to face the challenges. And you can't be afraid to be relentless. Okay? So, yeah. Here we are. I want to thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. I'm just checking a couple of things in the background. I'll give you guys a few more minutes. This isn't going to be a call-in, but I am going to go call in again. How you like my new background music? Pretty smooth, right? Let me do a check here. Let me do a check here. Oh, J-Lock, yo, bro. Thanks for showing up, man. Yeah, you're right, man. Yeah, that mass shooting. I don't really know what's going on with the mass shooting, man. You know what, man? Let me see if I can bring up, or maybe we can do another show, man, and you can call in and go live with me. Let me see if I can bring up some footage about that mass shooting, man, and see what's going on. Thanks to my man J Lock, my brother from the Lockett family. Let me see if there's any way I can introduce an insert of let's see, maybe all right. Bear with me. I'm going to try to bring this in. Okay. Let me resize it, see if I can get it right. See if we can't get this on here. Let me see what you're saying here. Yeah, we're supposed to live with your boy Dennis. Yeah. I know, right? Yeah, I don't know what's going on with Dennis right now, man. Rolling with the controversy. So let me see here. Now, I'm going to talk about this. We can go with CBS News, I guess.
Has to have evil in his heart, but it is far more evil for someone to gun down little kids. It is intolerable and it is unacceptable for us to have in the state anybody who would kill little kids in our schools. Children are a blessing. God teaches us that. They're filled with laughter, innocence, and joy. Their love is a gift that parents get to unwrap every single day. Parents in Uvalde had that gift taken away from them.
This is so sad.
Stolen by a demented person. Days before yesterday, when these children, days before, were at school, some were receiving awards for perfect attendance. These kids will never attend school again. To say the least, Uvalde has been shaken to its core. Families are broken apart. Hearts are forever shattered. All Texans are grieving with the people of Uvalde, and people are rightfully angry about what has happened. Events like this, they tear at the fabric of a community. Our job is to ensure that the community is not going to be ripped apart. All Texans must come together and support the families who have been affected by this horrific tragedy. What they need now more than ever is our love. What they need is uplifting from all of our fellow Texans and all of our fellow Americans. And let me emphasize something that I know you all know. But the reality is, as horrible as what happened, it could have been worse. The reason it was not worse is because law enforcement officials did what they do. They showed amazing courage by running toward gunfire for the singular purpose of trying to save lives. And it is a fact that because of their quick response, getting on the scene, being able to respond to the gunman and eliminate the gunman, they were able to save lives. Unfortunately, not enough. But I want to make sure that everybody knows, all of the law enforcement agencies and groups that are involved and were involved in this process. The Texas Rangers are leading the investigation, and they are supported by the Texas Department of Public Safety Highway Patrol, the Texas Department of Public Safety Criminal Investigative Division, DPS Aircraft, DPS Intelligence Counter-Terrorism Division, DPS Crime and Victim Support. They're also supported by the Texas Division of Emergency Management, the FBI, as well as multiple federal partners, including the DEA, ATF, HSI, and Border Patrol. And then, of course, the valiant local officials, the Uvalde Sheriff's Department, Uvalde Police Department, Uvalde Independent School District Police, Uvalde County Constables, Uvalde Mayor, County Judge, Uvalde District Attorney's Office, local public works and surrounding police department, and the San Antonio Police and Fire Department also. Let me walk you through some of the facts of what has happened. There's been a lot of things that have been said. Some are correct, some are incorrect. Let me tell you the best information that we have at this time, understanding, very importantly, that this is an ongoing investigation, and ongoing investigations often reveal new information as those investigations progress. The first thing that happened was that the gunman shot his grandmother in the face. She then contacted police. The gunman fled, and as he was fleeing, he had an accident just outside of the elementary school, and he ran into the school. Officers with the Consolidated Independent School District, they approached the gunman and engaged with the gunman at that time. The gunman then entered a back door and went down 2 short hallways and then into a classroom on the left-hand side. The gunman entered into that classroom, and the classroom was connected internally to another classroom. Border Patrol, Consolidated ISD officers, police, sheriffs, and DPS officers converged on that classroom, and a Border Patrol officer killed the gunman.
A Border Patrol officer.
Texas Rangers are leading the investigation, joined by federal, state, and local law enforcement officials. At this time, we know that 19 children
Yeah, they should have locked the doors. 19 children dead. 19 families, man. 19 families grieving.
lost their lives. In addition to that, there are 17 people who are injured, but their injuries are not life-threatening. All family members of all of these students and faculty members have been contacted and informed about the circumstances. Officials are working with parents to ensure that their parents are going to be able to see their children. Parents should contact victim services at the county fairplex. We know that there are parents still striving to make a connection. All parents are welcome and urged to contact victim services at the county fairplex. The gunman was 18 years old and reportedly a high school dropout. Reportedly, there has been no criminal history identified yet. He may have had a juvenile record, but that is yet to be determined. There was no known mental health history of the gunman. He used one weapon, which was an AR-15, using 223 rounds. There was no meaningful forewarning of this crime, other than what I'm about to tell you. As of this time, the only information that was known in advance was posted by the gunman on Facebook approximately 30 minutes before reaching the school.
Facebook.
The first post was to the point of, he said,
That's exactly what's going on. This is
post was
an election time.
my grandmother. The third post, maybe less than 15 minutes before arriving at the school, was I'm going to shoot an elementary school. I mentioned that during the shootout that took place at the school, in addition to
This is so
the
sad.
students and the faculty, there were 3 officers who were injured who were all remain in good condition. One deputy sheriff lost a daughter in that school. Before coming out here, we had a long discussion with law enforcement at all levels. We had a discussion with community leaders, elected officials, and I asked the sheriff and others an open-ended question and got the same answer from the sheriff as well as from the mayor of Uvalde. The question was, what is the problem here? And they were straightforward and emphatic. They said, we have a problem with mental health illness in this community. And then they elaborated on the magnitude of the mental health challenges that they're facing in the community and the need for more mental health support in this region. I want to make sure everybody understands the mental health services that are available at this time. With me making one clarifying point in advance that I'm going to redouble on in the aftermath. Whenever anything as shocking and extraordinary and disturbing as this event occurs, there is an urgent need for everybody affected to access mental health. I cannot be more emphatic than saying with great urgency, everybody in this community, I mean everybody, the victims, the families, family members, friends, the law enforcement involved, but the entire community is in utter shock about this. Some physical wounds that were sustained by the officers, they're going to heal in the coming days. The mental and emotional wounds are far harder to see and last far longer. The state of Texas, working with federal and local officials and agencies, we're going to be here for a long time.
I imagine it was close to the border if a border patrol agent was able to stop it.
Is making sure that everybody in this community has the access they need for as long as they need it to address with the mental and emotional health care needs that they have. I want to list various agencies and make sure these are made available to the public. The mental health services currently available are from victim services from across the area from federal, state, and local levels, including the Family Resource Center at the Uvalde County Fairplex. Schools have crisis teams at the Uvalde Civic Center. They provide wraparound services for families who are affected. The Texas Child Mental Health Consortium.
Yeah, it is a mental health issue. Be careful out there, people. Please be careful. This is a voting year. It's voting season, and none of us are safe.
The Health and Human Services Commission is on site and will be available for ongoing provision of services. The Texas Education Agency is providing supplemental counseling services. The Texas Department of Public Safety Counseling is providing counseling services for law enforcement. And the FBI is also bringing in mental health services for law enforcement. It cannot be overemphasized the importance of law enforcement officers, all of them.
That's right, and emotions.
Seeking out and obtaining this mental health counseling. The District Attorney's Office for Victim Services has a phone number available for all victims, and candidly, the entire community, in a way, is a victim here. And I was provided their number to give out to you publicly. This is the number for the District Attorney's Office for Victim Services. The number is 830-278-2916. And at this time, I will pass the mic to Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick.
Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sit down. You're out of line and an embarrassment. Sit down. No, you need to get his ass out of here. This isn't the place to talk to his soul. This is totally predictable when you... Sir, you're out of line. Sir, you're out of line. Sir, you're out of line. Please leave this auditorium. I can't believe you're a sick son of a bitch that would come to a deal like this to make a political issue. It's on assholes like you. Why don't you get out of here?
Who is that? Isn't that Isn't that the guy who just ran for president?
You have been watching a news conference a couple miles from where I'm standing featuring Texas Governor Greg Abbott, confronted at the end of his remarks by Beto O'Rourke.
I knew that was Beto.
What Mr. O'Rourke was saying, but some profanity from the stage from the deputy governor, the lieutenant governor of Texas. We presume the issue was over a key question from the press conference. Governor Abbott said in private to law enforcement and recounted the story to the public. What is the problem? And his answer was mental health, not guns. Let's listen back in. Governor Greg Abbott is addressing the crowd once again.
To heal those broken hearts. We all, every Texan, every American has a responsibility where we need to focus not on ourselves and our agendas. We need to focus on the healing and hope that we can provide to those who have suffered unconscionable damage to their lives and loss of life. We need all Texans to, in this one moment in time, put aside personal agendas. Think of somebody other than ourselves. Think about the people who are hurt and help those who have been hurt. And this time, Lieutenant Governor will speak.
I was just about to say that there will be plenty of time.
We're going to cut back in here as the Lieutenant Governor begins his remarks. His earlier remarks directly to Beto O'Rourke, former congressman now running for governor from the great state of Texas. He said, "You sick son of a word I can't repeat, sit down, you are out of line." This a difference of opinion, you might say, in the most dramatic form over what exactly is to blame for the building behind me.
There's Beto O'Rourke making it an issue. There's the Democrat.
Or a change to policy to help the next victims, the victims to come. Let's go now to Janet Shannon.
Kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it?
Janet, you were in the room. My goodness, could you make out what was being said by Beto O'Rourke?
Well, I did see what happened just before the press conference started. I was in the third row on the aisle, rather, and there were two people across the aisle from me, and a moment before the press conference started, they got up from their seats when Beto walked in. So they were seat holders for him, and then he sat down. So his presence wasn't really noticed in the 15 or 20 minutes that people were gathering inside because he was not in the room. So this seems something very clearly staged by Beto O'Rourke and his campaign wanting to confront the governor at this moment. Also want to talk just a little bit about some of the new information that we have learned.
Incredible, huh?
Considerable suspect had shot his grandmother, but the governor told us that that grandmother was shot in the face. Also, we learned that a member of law enforcement has lost a child in this, and a few more details just about what happened. There were 2 classrooms that were connected. The shooter was able to access both. And I just have to tell you that it looks like maybe Beto O'Rourke is being removed, or somebody right now, because there's a lot of commotion here behind me. But certainly a news-making press conference that is still going on, Tony.
Yeah, Janet, to hear you talk about the seat holders for Beto O'Rourke, it definitely indicates that Beto had a plan to get in there and make some sort of a scene. We still don't know exactly what he said. So it was staged, as you point out. Of course, a press conference, which is what was going on the stage, is also staged. So some political do-si-do here in the state of Texas. 2 other items I think that were interesting, that were new coming out of that press conference.
Well, what it looks like happened is that
With a scrum of reporters and some audio. Let's listen in, hear what he has to say.
Todo lo que es posible para prevenir estas masacres que tenemos en cada comunidad. Sutherland Springs, Santa Fe High School en el condado, acerca de Harris, en El Paso también. Tenemos el poder, pero necesitamos hacer algo en este momento. Si no hacemos algo, vamos a continuar con las masacres como la masacre que tuvimos aquí en Uvalde en esta semana aquí.
His exact purpose was there, but we presume it had something to do with gun control, a policy platform that is important to him and to many others in his party, for that matter. Janet, to pick up where we left off, 2 other interesting things from the press conference. The gunman using a back door, I didn't know that, and then making his way to an empty classroom with some sort of a sliding door or access to then a full classroom. That's the tragic route there. And then I was not aware of the Facebook postings. Apparently 30 minutes before he's in the school, there's a posting, I'm going to shoot my grandmother, I've shot my grandmother, and then a final posting along the lines of I'm going to shoot an elementary school. Did we know that was new information, was it not?
That's new information. So we knew there were some social media posts attributed to him, but nothing like this timeline that the governor just laid out, that he posted, I'm going to shoot my grandmother, I've shot my grandmother, I'm going to an elementary school, on Facebook reportedly. The other social media posts were on TikTok and other forums.
Yeah, it was also interesting that there's no known criminal history, at least adult criminal history, to this fresh 18-year-old, just turned 18 this month. The governor not ruling out possibly some juvenile charges. Key to the debate that followed and the outburst between him and Beto O'Rourke, the governor said there is no
Go ahead on, call into the other show, Lock, because
who slaughtered so many in the building behind me. That would seem to gravely imperil the next statement, which was that mental health is the root of the problem here in Texas. I want to let our viewers know about a recent CBS News poll. It was taken after the Buffalo, New York mass shooting, the one from a weekend ago. Before the shooting here in Uvalde, it found that 54% of Americans, so a slim majority, do want laws covering the sale of guns made more strict than they are now. 30% said the laws should be kept about where they are, and 16% want them to be even less strict.
What's up, man?
Where the country is. Most people
What up?
want some sort of
This is crazy, isn't it?
of the regulations.
Hey man, this is all planned.
Oh, of
I
course,
think this is
man.
all planned, man.
I do too, brother.
They got these people riled up, emotional. The mothers is emotional, the fathers, families, all vulnerable right now, man.
That's
in the
right.
State, in a weak state right now.
And they want everybody to vote based on their emotions. And they want everybody to be scared.
What I'm seeing right now is first an incident happened in Buffalo, then another incident happened in Texas. This is all kind of it's kind of strange. It's kind of strange if you think. It's kind of like a coincidence, don't you think?
Yeah, of course. And then, of course, you know, they come up with this manifesto, and, you know, the guy's manifesto is talking about birth rates, and Roe versus Wade is being considered, you know, right now to be reversed. It's just a little bit too perfect, you know. I mean, they need the black vote, right? So
And he got Hispanic votes too.
And he did Hispanic votes too. This is the base for the Democrats, and so I mean, if they'll start wars, they'll certainly sacrifice
I'm gonna
children.
show you a video about something. You know that Joe Biden's going with the United Nations trying to sell America.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
the whole
man.
country.
Why you, dude? You got Instagram, man. I seen you a whole bunch. This was shit. This was shit. I gotta send you, man. You gotta listen to this shit, man. He's going to the United Nations. Like it's gonna be China. This basically they're gonna make it China number 2.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, it's really crazy. You know, I think people need to take good stock of what the hell they're voting for, and realize that there are consequences to these elections. You know,
right?
Can I help you, bro? Nah, man, only CBD. Yeah. Good luck, bro.
Hello.
Yeah, had clients.
Yeah, they got people because nobody. They try to get people to vote for Democrat, man. I know this game. This remind me. They got people because nobody. They try to get people to vote for Democrat, man.
Oh, absolutely. That's exactly what's going
on. That's the game plan. They got to get because guess what? Ain't no way. This don't sound right now. Ain't no way. This happened at Buffalo. This happened at Texas. They try, you got. I heard stories of that. A lot of people that are Democrats, lefties,
yeah,
that moved to Texas. They try to change Texas to a political standpoint of Democrat. And Texas has been Republican for a long time.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You know, they have to either import voters, or they have to convert voters, or they have to try to get fools to vote. That's why they're always trying to lower the age, the voting age, so that they can get people who are still young and impressionable and naive and able to be appealed to by their emotions, basically, right? Right. You know, emotional appeals, or who are so close to their indoctrination in the school system that they haven't really had a chance to kind of grow up and see the world the way it really is. You know what I mean?
Of course, man. Because you know what? That's why they try and get a lot of illegals. I'm not talking when people think of illegals. They're not. It's not just only a so-called Hispanic people. Quote quote. You got some Ukrainians coming up in here. You got some Indians coming up in here.
That's right.
You got some people that coming up in here and stuff like that, man. So they got people that's like, oh, we want people to make comfortable, so we're gonna make mass shooting. And my OG said, oh man, my OG texted me something. My OG just texted me. He said he told me that they're trying to start a race war, basically.
Basically, yeah.
They're trying to get people riled up because first the blacks, then the Mexicans. This don't sound right, man.
It doesn't.
You never hear a person come up to all Asian school and start shooting up all over the place?
I've never heard of such a thing once in my life.
Oh, all Arab school. You know, it's kind of coincidental, man. They just go after these two groups of people.
It's way too coincidental.
Knowingly, they mind their own business. They're not gonna harm, a threat to society. So they're gonna be like, yeah, we're gonna start something today.
Yeah. Now this kid was obviously had a mental problem, had a mental defect, and so now I'm sure they're gonna come up with whatever justification, or they're going to come up with whatever manifesto or whatever he did on YouTube that can kind of, that can lead him.
This don't sound right, man. Guess what? No, it sounds like it's planned, man. The whole back door was open.
Of course.
All my schools, except for high school, something happened in high school, but not. But other than that, security guards sit in every door in high school. Back when I was growing up, security guard, like them doors that it only opens on one side. If somebody opens the door, the outside is locked. On the other side of the school, the security guards in each area sits by those doors, so nobody won't touch those doors and open it up, so anybody can't walk up in there and do anything. They have to go to the front door, and when you walk in that front door, that security guard asks you, "What are you doing here? Or who are you here for?"
Right.
You can't just say, "Oh, I'm here for a tour." They won't let you allow to do that.
But today, all of a sudden, the security at the school is lax. The kid gets to run in there after making announcements on YouTube. And, it's just too perfect, man. I mean, and we have these political issues that we're facing.
And there was a perfect target because those was the ones that was innocent. Of course. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, absolutely. They were a perfect target. They were innocent and vulnerable. And, the Democrats create these no-gun zones. Which perhaps the school should be a no-gun zone, but the teachers should be allowed to carry. The teachers should be trained and allowed to carry, because 2 teachers died today. And, if they would have been able to defend themselves, they may have also been able to save a few of those children that died, those 19 children that died. This is really sick. This is really crazy. But
and they knew, and this is a perfect. And I said that was a perfect target, man. I'm telling you, same thing when it happened to Buffalo. Perfect target, same thing. Because guess what? Was the gunman when I heard of Buffalo? He went to the barbershop first. It was full of niggas up in there. Excuse my language. It was some grown ass dudes up in there.
So they
probably was packing.
Yeah.
And they was gonna pull up a fight. But he knew where to go to. Was the old senior citizen people, the old ladies, and all that. Nobody ain't gonna defend majority of women. Nobody ain't gonna defend themselves. The old security guard. See, that's gonna have to stop. You can't have old security guards. Nothing against old security guards and all, but when stuff happens like that, you gotta be 10 toes down and be aware of who you
gotta be on your square, man. Yeah.
They're gonna have military background, a mercenary background, or something. From now on,
you're protecting our children. I mean, that's a sacred job,
Right, and it's kind of crazy, man. Because these kids, man, they gone, man. These kids ain't going. No, these parents, I feel sorry for the parents, man. These kids, they come home and they gonna see they empty bed, whatever like that. That's gonna hurt them, man.
That's gonna hurt those families for so long.
Food is gone. Nobody gonna eat their food. Nobody gonna clothes, all that stuff like that. It's gonna be it's all gonna be empty, man. It's all that bedroom gonna be empty. That bedroom gonna be nobody in it. It's gonna be a cold bed, man.
It's really sad, man. Yeah.
I feel sorry for the parents, man. But this is what they do. This is what these Democrats do.
19 families, man. 19 families are permanently scarred. Permanently.
Oh man, I'm seeing all types of man. Especially, I've never seen this happen. To tell you the truth, it was a Mexican neighborhood. It was a Hispanic neighborhood. I'm sorry, I'm saying that. So-called Hispanic neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
And guess what? Hispanic, you never hear Hispanic neighborhoods get. Well, they do it, behind closed doors, but in mass shootings like that. They don't get this. I think this is their first mass shootings. I think.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right?
I'm not sure.
We had mass shootings.
Yeah.
We had one at the church. We had one at church that attacked. That got shot up I think back in 2014, and the one at Buffalo, and something. We had mass shootings of bombers back in the day in history. I think this is their first time getting mass shooting and gets a conflict mass shooting like this, especially with their own. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of scratching your head. Like, why would a person, especially Hispanic, shoot up the whole room?
Well, see, that's the thing. Did they give the name of the shooter?
Yeah, they did. His name was something. I forgot what his name was, but supposedly he was a white Hispanic.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well maybe I mean, oh man. I mean, we're gonna have to wait for more background information on this guy to find out exactly what's happening.
Yeah, because if it was AR-15, let me see. He shot up 19 people. He had 2 clips. He must have had 2 or 3 clips though. I'm trying to figure out how did he walks up in there. Because somebody must have unlocked the door, man. Because that's I don't know, man.
He had to have been carrying more than 20 rounds, or he had to have had a magazine with more than 20 rounds in it.
Right.
Easily.
And I'm like, why?
Yeah, there's so many unanswerable questions, man. I mean,
it's like, because you know
how
what?
did he just walk into the school?
When it comes to children, especially disciplining, they don't stuff like this, like, you know, they're like, hell no, they get their children on point, but something like this happens. This is kind of like out of bizarre to ordinary. I don't know. Because you know what? No, this is not the first time. You know what? Another person, it was a mass shooting in Florida. Remember that? It was another Hispanic guy shot up the airport.
Really?
Remember that? Back in Florida? I think it was back in 2016 or 2000 and...
Even superheroes and supermodels need a daily dose of nutrients to help make life more super. BiomedRx supplements is making it easy to get exactly what you need. From
some
kids to
type of way,
seniors,
he
they've got something for everyone.
The AR-15
Pretty
in the
cool,
suitcase, and went to the airport. They got it out and started shooting people up in the airport.
BiomedRxSupplements.com.
Damn.
Yeah, I was kind of confused. I'm like, how do people didn't check these people's luggages? I thought people check luggages.
Yeah.
I thought they did, but you know they don't. But it wasn't the luggage they checked because that get it passed. It was the the people that they say you take your shoes off and stuff like that, and take it off on those scanners, those X-ray, those machines. The gun didn't get past through that. So that's where I realized, okay, all right, you can put your personal belongings in the luggage. But like you said, people are getting too comfortable, man. People are getting too comfortable about this stuff, man. People have to be aware. This is what, especially the women. The women go like, yeah, we need gun control. Yeah, because you know what they want. They want the women to vote.
Oh, of course.
That's basically what it is.
Of course. Because
they lost their child, their baby, something precious towards them that was wholehearted invested, they heart and soul into. They are going to not think we're going Democrat. We're going to vote Joe Biden. We're going to have gun control laws, and that's basically the whole thing is. They want to take people's Second Amendment rights away because of stuff like this happens. So basically, people are seeing people are rebelling against the Democrats. So they go like, okay, we got one game plan to take people guns away. We're going to put a door to door. We're going to take people guns away. They're not going to have no rights to fight us back. Because if they started a war against the citizen people, they're going to end up losing.
That's right.
They're going to end up losing. So the best way to strategize is to do this mass shooting, kill all these kids, and get the women all riled up, and get gun control law, and take everybody's Second Amendment rights away, so they won't fight back when shit hits the fan.
Yep, that sums it up.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah, that sums it up right there. You know, it's an anti-vote. It's always an anti-vote, but when Trump was in office, it was Trump's a racist, so we got to get him out of there. There was no affirmative vote. There was the Democrats weren't voting for anything. And even now they're giving you all kind of negative reinforcements to vote for their particular party line, which is, now we have mass shootings. Now abortion is and the public opinion on abortion is changing. We're reaching a tipping point in the United States where more than half of the United States is actually against abortion. Now, they've sold abortion to our people as a woman's rights issue because we fought for our civil rights so much that everybody's kind of rights orientated, and so it's a situation within which they're telling you, now we have to vote, we have to ban because, if you remember before, a couple of voting seasons back, when there was the big, what was it? It was a big gay issue. I don't know if it was gay marriage or it was some type of gay issue, LGBT.
The Obama year, right? The Obama,
yeah. And then there was an attack on the gay club. Who the attacker also happens to be a white supremacist, racist, and see. So what they're doing is they're trying to define their coalition on a common enemy. They're trying to unify their coalition by saying the one common enemy is simultaneously racist, sexist, xenophobic, homophobic, and all the rest of this. And so therefore we need to put our hodgepodge ragtag elite group of minority groups and LGBTQ political machine and all the rest of these things into play against this one enemy. But the more they try to combine all of these characteristics into one archetype, one person, one type of person, and call that person the enemy, the less that applies to a person that actually exists. You see?
Right. Basically a boogeyman.
A boogeyman.
Yeah,
you're creating a boogeyman, and now you're making it hard for me to find that boogeyman. Now I'm looking for him. You used to say, okay, well, he's Donald Trump. Okay, well, Trump is gone now. So now who's the boogeyman? You see what I'm saying?
Now.
Yeah, exactly. And now, black men are the white men of the black race, or black men are the white people of the black race. There's a lot of foolishness, man. There's a lot of foolishness. But I just pray. I pray that my people are careful. Please be careful, because this is voting season. And when it is, when there is voting season, anything is likely to happen in public. And these types of things are likely to happen.
Of course, man. Of course. And I'm like, they trying to use people. They fear mongering people.
That's what it is.
What it is.
It's
and
terrorism.
Also, you got to think about this. I told you that they are trying to sell people's sovereignty and other American sovereignty into other countries.
Can you believe that? I know. Yeah.
And I was like, yo, that's why I was like, I got to show this video on Instagram because I've seen, and I was like, man, so this is all a distraction, man. Cause guess what? Because you know that if they try to sell our people, they try to sell American people their sovereignty to other countries, it's gonna be an uproar. It's gonna be a fight. We're not gonna stand for that. So that right now, they're like, oh, we're gonna have to take these guns away. If they found out they have an uproar, and they found out what we were actually doing, because today is what? Oh shit! Today is the 25th, so it's already started. So the 28th, May 22nd to 28th is when they having a meeting at this very moment, at this existence right now, as we speak. So this is definitely a distraction.
Oh, it's totally a distraction, man.
Children. I'm not saying the children lives matter, but children do lives matter. But at this very point right now, they had a perfect opportunity to exit plan to get people riled up and talk about this. And a lot of people are questioning, like, about these politicians, about these people are voting for now, because they're about to sell their sovereignty to American sovereignty to the other countries and shit like that. So nobody won't talk. So I'm like, oh my, so I knew something was going on.
There's a large constituency in our government, and I believe there's a large constituency in our populace that actually do want to destroy this country. They
of course.
Yeah, they want to destroy. You see, the thing is, right? We have such opportunity around us. We know that we have such opportunity. That's the reason everybody comes here from outside of the country to live here, right? And if you know, like they say about the Big Apple, if you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Well, if you can't make it in the United States, then you're pretty much a loser, because this is the easiest country with training wheels all over, right? This is the easiest country for you to make it. All you have to do is get your hustle on and stop being so preoccupied with bullshit that doesn't matter, like race or, you know, getting your dick wet and all of this, sexual, bullshit, and and actually buckle down and get on your grind and get on your purpose. And a lot of people know that they are failures, and they know that they're failures due to their own fault. That it's their own fault that they're failures. A lot of people know that. And that brings up a lot of self-hatred in people. Man, people tend to hate themselves because they know that they're just straight losers. They know that they can't cut the mustard. They know that they're in a country where people are surviving all around them, and they're never going to be able to do that. So in order to justify themselves being personal failures, and to give themselves a permanent excuse for never accomplishing anything, then you can fall back and say, oh, well, it's the white man. Oh, well, it's, systemic white racism, or it's this, or it's that, or it's black women, or it's any number of other things, instead of taking accountability for yourself and getting your game together. And there are so many people like that they've actually become a social class in our society, like that. And that's the problem. They're actually their class has reached about half the country, and I think this vaccine is a litmus test to tell how many people have we got indoctrinated in the system, how many people
of course.
And it doesn't even matter if the vaccine is good or bad. What this is really about is how many people are willing to sacrifice
Gold
the
label
sovereignty.
quality BiomedRx CBD oil is made from organic hemp that is locally grown,
of their very person,
gluten-free, non-GMO,
because the state
third-party tested,
exactly,
and CO2 extracted.
There's
Visit
physical intent.
www.biomedrxcbd.com.
Smart dumb people. You got an education in something, you got degrees, but you still got that goddamn fucking vaccine, that jab look like that. You still believe. You're a very smart dumb person, man. The smart dumb people, man. It's just like, hey, I'll just follow the rules of the government. Okay, so you basically tell them what to do. And guess what? You know what else is coming out? I hope you're safe out there. That's why I'm glad you came live. You heard about in California, they said the monkeypox. This monkeypox came, man. So
they already found
said,
the case of monkeypox.
They said it's not sexual transmitted. I said, shit. When they say it's not this, it's not that, I believe the opposite. I think it was sexually transmitted. I don't care what y'all say.
Believe me, if it's transmissible, then it's sexually transmissible. All right.
Right. It's like, no, it's not sexually transmitted because it started. I was like, bullshit. When they say it's not this, fuck that.
Yeah.
It was the opposite. I believe the opposite, what you just said.
Yep.
And I believe, what I think it was? I think people took the shots, giving them monkeypox.
Yep. Well, that spike protein is going to make whatever you get in the future worse. There's no way around it. Whatever you get, your DNA is now being programmed to produce a spike protein. And who knows what illnesses or ailments or anything that's going to happen, your body's going to encounter, that's going to activate that spike protein somewhere down in the future.
Right. Give it probably 5 to 10 years down the line. And that's why I was like, I hope you've been safe out there, because women don't sleep with no women either. But we got that, put that bullshit in me, because I'm hearing about stories about women lying to guys, fellas, and because you know they try and split with the guy they like though. They seem attractive and they getting shot down because they find out that they anti-vax, so they lying to dudes and stuff like that. So
wait.
And vice versa.
They're lying to guys because the guys are anti-vax?
Yes.
Wow. And what are they saying?
Oh, they saying like it's articles about it, man.
Oh, they saying like
dudes are getting pissed off. Dudes say they checking chicks. They said if they found out, they said they probably might sue. They probably might they gonna sue or something like that, do a lawsuit or something like that, man.
Oh, if they find out that the girl was vaccinated?
Huh?
If they find out that the girl was vaccinated that they slept with?
Yes.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, women are lying about that. That's why I said be careful who you sleep with, because women out here lying. Because that shit could get transmitted. People saying it's vice versa, women and men and women that are got the jab, whatever. It can be sexually transmitted.
The monkeypox.
I think that too. I think that's in the vaccine, that monkeypox thing.
Yeah. I really hope the effects of that damn vaccine can't be sexually transmitted. That's the only thing I'm scared about.
I'm hearing it is, dude. I'm hearing it is, man. I'm hearing a few articles and people that's professional, like you, like into alternative medicine. They saying that, like, you know, a scientist that's not even alternative medicine. They say it could be sexually transmitted because that shit spreads, man. That stuff sheds your body.
Oh my God. Okay, so now we got another one.
Yeah, man, you gotta ask girls. You gotta have to do the coin test on them, the flip coin test on them. You know what the coin test is, right?
Nah, how you do that?
You either get any coin, get anything metal object sticking on their arm. Make sure they don't got no essentials, oil essentials like lotion or shea butter on their arm, whatever like that. Whatever you got vaccinated at, put a coin by their arm. If that shit sticks on their ass, they put that coin on their arm the way they got shot at.
Yeah.
That shit sticks on their ass. They definitely got that shit. Or they got that EMF. They got this EMF radiation radar thing that can detect metals, and if that shit beeps and shit like that, and hard freak like a sound, whatever like that, they got that shit.
Wow.
They got that.
Wow. I mean, who would allow themselves to take an injection that would have that profound an effect on their health?
Yeah, because it's metals. It's metals in there, man. It's metals in there. I got a screenshot. Somebody's just in science. Somebody said something.
So that's nanotechnology. Those are nanobots.
Yeah, it's nanobots, man. Of course, they're gonna tell on you.
Oh,
they're gonna tell on you, no matter what. You trying to, you know, people gotta.
So that you have to take it.
People, you're right. Let me see.
That's sick.
It is sick, man. It's very sick.
I mean, the fact that you know, during our lifetime that we're alive to see this happening. That's what really freaks me the fuck out.
It's sad, man. I'm telling you, it's so fucking. It's a lot of people are selling their souls over some bull crap, man. But I'm gonna go to this person's live stream and look for it because he said it. He said it's some type of metal liquid, and I got to screenshot it. And he was saying it was some. My girlfriend knows about it. My girlfriend knows about it. She takes what's it called? Physics, like science, physics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So, but I will tell you about it. It's a liquid, because I was like, when I read that, and she explained, because I was like, this sounds pretty dangerous, but she was explaining to me, like, it is, but he was telling me that specifically about how the jab works. she was saying they liquidize, it's liquidized and activates. It's like you said, like nanites and shit like that, man. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. By the way, I want to ask, did you show Dennis Sperling that video I told him to send you? Because I saw he exposed 2 people that I was like, okay, he got this other person, the Kevin Samuel Smoke Show.
No, I haven't seen it.
I sent you some messages on Instagram.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna check it out. I don't hardly check my Instagram, man.
Yeah, check it out, man. Check it out. It's Jay. It's not Jay Lock, but it's Jay Rowe. Though. You gonna see a cat. You gonna see my picture. It's open. People can. But you gonna see a cat. But yeah, man. It's just that. And guess what? A lot of sisters got that jab too, man. I think a lot of some sisters got that jab too, man.
Yeah, no, a lot of us, man. A lot of
women. Majority, almost the women almost got it.
Almost gay, you said?
Almost got the jab, man. The majority of women got it, man, because they the most vulnerable ones, man. They look at TV a lot, they look at the news, and they friends talk about them. They get sucked into that stuff. They got that stuff, man. I had some female was trying to hit on me. I was like, hey, I got a question. I want you to be honest. You got jab? You got the vaccine? Yeah, what's up? I was like, listen, you cute and all, but listen, I ain't going for it. I ain't sticking somewhere that you already got poked. You know, you already got poked. So I ain't sticking. I ain't trying to get poked. You know, I ain't trying to have some, contaminated, for JJ.
No, I ain't. I know, man. And that's the thing. You know.
She got mad. You gay? I was like, listen, all right, you can say whatever you want.
Oh, here go the you gay stuff, right?
Yep.
Yeah, because you don't want to be with me, then you must be gay. That's some ridiculous shit.
Listen, man, I don't want to be with you because you're contaminated.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
And I was like, plus I already got a girl already. Shit, she ain't vaccinated. She ain't vaccinated. I'm sticking what she got. Hey, it's me and you. Me and you against the world. It's me and you against the world. So yeah, who you gonna know out there? Shit, it's some Pookies. I ran some Pookies got vaccinated. I'm surprised.
Who did?
Some hood niggas got some vaccinated.
That's crazy, man. That don't make sense. That don't make sense. The
Pookies and Ray Rays got vaccinated.
See, the thing is, man, what's really scary is if this is their voter base and they know the effects of the jab, then they don't really care about their voters. So if they don't care about their voters and they don't care about destroying the population that's going to actually be voting for them, then what is it that they're actually trying to do? Are they trying to destroy the country?
Like I told you, they're trying to solve. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're right. They're trying to destroy the country altogether.
Trying to destroy the country, and so nobody won't be in this motherfucker. And guess what? And I think the aliens is gonna come back. I think the aliens is gonna come down eventually, pretty soon. That's why, because you heard what happened. I don't know if you believe this, but
the only woman's high-potency full-spectrum multiple vitamin supplement to contain 56
I'm not Israelite, but I heard
those most important for today's woman,
but supposedly
such as calcium for bone health,
save his people
for healthy red blood cells,
yep,
beta-carotene,
and they trying to destroy those people.
Gamma-linoleic acid from evening primrose oil.
Yeah, so it's coming. You ever realize something? Ooh, I just forgot to tell you. You need, if you're in conspiracy stuff, I'm not going to give theory. It's a new show out on Netflix. I know you don't watch TV like you said, but it really hit something. You know that comedian named Mike Myers?
Yeah.
He got a show out on Netflix called The Batavarian. The Batavarian. And he talks about this stuff about how they make fun of conspiracy theories, people make them look crazy. And one of the comedians was in there, Peely and Kill, Jordan Key and Peely.
Yeah.
Peel was in there. He was a black scientist. He said, "Why you kidnapping me? I'm the only black guy here in this. Y'all a whole bunch of white dudes in this room." He was a nuclear physicist. He was a nuclear physicist. So he found the way. They found his research of how to block the sun. So they have these pentagon mirrors so the sun won't come closer or kill people who have skin cancer or whatever like that, and kill the people that was supposed to be in the earth. That's why I was like, man, when they keep blocking the sun, they keep blocking the sun. I keep figuring out all these days. I don't know, in California, it's cloudy in California, but in Chicago, it's been cloudy all day.
Yep.
All these summers and springs, it's been cloudy. I was like, this is unnormal. Like, I've never experienced this before in my life.
And it's that gray chemtrail kind of cloud where the whole sky is covered.
If you watch that show,
if
you watch that show, you have to. People are not looking at the show because people are like, oh, it's not funny. But I get it because it's 5 people that run the world. They probably I think they call it 5%ers.
Yeah.
It's like a pentagon of 5 people. And they're supposed to like save the world. Supposedly, quote unquote, save the world. But actually they're destroying it. So it's a pretty good show, man. Even though Mike Myers is, you know, he's a funny dude. It's a couple of references. I want to spoil it for you, but it's funny as shit though, man. People are not talking about this show. I know why. It's funny as hell, man. It's like 5 organized people that's supposed to be so-called. They're like the secret society group. So basically, they like, oh, we're not. It was like kin to Illuminati and kin to the Masons.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, I mean, you know, what the thing is, right? That's probably one of the things that's making them really scared, is because what we have right now with this new media, right? You know, not only do we have the manosphere, we also got the fact that you know people are just, you know, things like Illuminati, you know, Boule, Masons, the protocols of the Elders of Zion, you know, all of this shit, you know, this is all stuff that we, you know, that you know, we're talking about now openly and commonly. The next generation behind us is going to actually be bored with this information. That's the thing, right? And so they're busted. So they know they're busted. When they saw the nationalism that came up, you know, regardless, I mean, you know, Trump is Trump. He's a controversial character. He's not perfect, but the nationalism that was awakened during the Trump presidency is what scared the hell out of the powers that be. And they realized that they're going to have to ramp up their game. I don't know if you remember QAnon and all of that shit that they were saying about.
They talk about that in the show too. Yep, they talk about that in the show too.
Yeah, the adrenochrome, right? You know, with
they talk about that in the show too.
Really? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well.
They talk about all that in the show, and nobody's not. It's only a few people talking about this, not to me. And they was like, oh, this show. They talk about Alex Jones. They talk about Alex. They make fun of Alex Jones kind of a little bit. But he did a first impression. He did a good impression of Alex Jones. But he was like right. Alex Jones was kind of right too. Alex Jones, that's why they kicked him off on YouTube, man.
Yep, and you look at how they did it. They kicked him off on everything at the same time. You know? They kicked him off YouTube.
Listen, when I looked him up, and I was like, man, why was Alex Jones? When he was gone. People was like, he was kicked off. I was like, you know, he was saying some true shit, man. When he got kicked off of YouTube, man, they banned him.
Yeah.
They banned him, man.
Yeah. They gave him a slam, man. They cut him off of YouTube, Twitter. You know, they cut him off everything at the same time. They basically showed a united front in hating on the man. And you know, like I said, when my channel got cut off, the vitriol, when I asked them about reconsidering my channel, the vitriol with which they answered me, man, it definitely obvious that they were taking it personally. Whoever it was that was writing on behalf of YouTube and dissing me for whatever slight or offense I was supposed to have committed, they were definitely like, their heart was in it. They were in their feelings. They were in their feelings about, oh, you can never have another YouTube channel again and blah, 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 blah. So it's hatred.
It's because whoever that, it was like a personal attack or somebody from YouTube trying to shut your channel down?
No. It was somebody from YouTube trying to shut me down. But then when I asked them in a very professional manner to reconsider, they came back in like a very, very personal, like vitriolic way, man. Just hateful. Because YouTube is owned by Google, we all know, which is also run by Masons and by the hand people also as well too. So the thing is, they don't want to be exposed from that stuff. And plus, they're doing that because you're a small channel. They can bully small channel people. That's why. Right. I've seen that a lot. Ever since that happened, when I don't know, well, you're not. I know you're not into video games, but it was a huge controversy in 2020. This game came out. Somebody leaked this game, and it was called The Last of Us. I don't know if you heard of Last of Us too, but that's actually based on, that was around the Boston bombing. Actually, that game was just also, that was based, the first one was good because it was based on the bombing, but the bombing was based on a lab that exploded and it unleashed a virus. And when that first one was pretty good, but basically the virus spread it. It's basically on a true nature. It's basically on a nature. I don't know if you heard of those zombie ants. I know you heard of the zombie ant. Zombie ants? Where do they live? Haiti?
Yeah. No. It's actually in the forest. It's actually a real thing.
Oh, okay.
If you look up zombie ant or zombie, actually any bug can turn into a zombie after this. You won't believe how they turn into a zombie. A certain spore, a certain mushroom, spreads their spores around or something like that. They get close to a mushroom. That spore turns them to a zombie. It has no mind of its own. So if they go back to it's like AIDS, basically that virus. It's basically like a virus. Mm-hmm. If they go back to that community of bugs, the bugs have to quickly make a decision of exile that one bug that is infected with that spore inside them. Because if they let that bug stay, if they don't sense it right away, they also, as well as a whole bug colony, will get killed by the spore, by that one zombie ant that's controlled by the spore. Because when that bug dies, when that bug turns to a spore, that bug turns to a zombie ant. It actually turns to a spore. It chomps on it's on Animal Planet. It chomps on some type of ledge, or like a tree or the ground, whatever like that, and it dies. That bug dies, becoming a spore. And then it does it all over again. Whoever comes to that bug that is a spore also will get infected by that spread. So it's like a bite. The person that bites you, the person that's infected, you gotta kill that person that's infected before it affects everybody else. That's basically what it is. That's what's called a zombie bug is. It's pretty interesting. So that's basically what the video game was about. People was turned to mushroom zombies. Mushroom infected. People was infected because of this certain spore these scientists made, and people get infected by it. But anyway, I'm sorry I'm off topic. But
that's right.
The game came out. It was a part 2 to it, and then it was a certain character that was in there. They made it feminist. They killed the main character. Everybody was so mad. So YouTube was like, it was a leak, and people was like, this is the worst game ever. How can you kill the main character that was in the previous game that was invested into? So they was like, nobody's not gonna play this game. Nobody's not gonna touch this game. Nobody's not gonna. So everybody was speaking bad about the game before the game released. They accounts get taken down. Not
I know how difficult it can be to have a food truck in LA. Having to park in 3 spaces, being harassed by restaurants and police, and having competition from other food trucks. Plus, there's no guarantee that parking in one location all day is going to make enough money to even pay for the parking. That's why I developed
They didn't even
JobSite
show the
Route.
video.
JobSite Route connects food trucks to construction job sites.
YouTube start being
Our
motherfucking
smartphone
Nazi.
app
Start,
delivers a daily updated
shutting people's
route
accounts
to all
down
of the
because they
construction job sites in
said
Los
some
Angeles.
words
Construction workers are able to pre-order food from your menu
that
and
ain't
pay
like.
for it through the app. Regular street food
So
patrons
there
will
was
also
YouTube
be
was
able
something
to
else,
locate
man.
your truck and order
YouTube was
food
something else.
through
They
our
did.
app.
I don't know if you
In
know
addition to
Corey
construction
Kenshin
sites,
is. You know who
we
Corey
also
Kenshin is?
include film locations.
The popular
in our job
YouTuber,
site
black
route.
YouTuber.
Visit
who's Corey Kenshin?
jobsiteroute.com.
He's
today
a game.
for
He was a
more
gamer.
information.
He went in hiatus for a year, right? Because he takes breaks. Because the YouTube thing kind of messed up his mentality. He went on break for a whole year. From 2019 to 2020, he came back. He had a copyright strike. He said, "YouTube, why would y'all do this after I got my my millions, I think he had 50 million subscribers. He had like a 50 million subscribers." And he was like, "Why would y'all do this when I just came back from my break? You guys didn't contact me or email me or nothing. You just copyright strike. You just strike my video down." He said, "You guys are lucky that you guys don't have another platform that's a threat to you guys that shut you guys down." YouTube be doing some dirty psychic stuff, man. And this guy never copyright no music, nothing. He makes his own music, his own content. Doesn't use nobody else's content. Nothing at all.
Wow.
And YouTube he was loyal to something. He was just like, y'all just doing too much, man.
Yeah, no, it's
Y'all
going
just-
crazy, man. It's going crazy. This is really out of hand. You know,
And I wish.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I'm sorry, but I just want to say I wish there was another platform that was a threat to YouTube that could change their fucking policies. Go ahead.
Well, George Soros, man, a man who I pretty much despise, he made a speech recently on YouTube, and I think you can look it up because it just came out today or yesterday. He made a video talking about how we're like just paraphrasing, like we're supposedly at a crossroads within which we're going to decide the future of humanity, how we're going to be governed, whether we're basically, he's making the argument between government and governance, and the ultimate power, the power that be, wants us to turn into a world within which we are, as individuals, not sovereign, but we are tools of the state, and we are to be basically contributing our lives and everything that we have to offer to the state, and that's he says that because of this, our civilization, our world, our human race actually may not survive. Now,
you know what? When you said contributing, this remind me of, and I was so fixated with this movie back in 2012.
Mm-hmm.
When you said contribute, and you said that our lives sold our lives to each other, humanity. You know what this remind me of? This remind me of this all this crisis, the food shortage crisis, the vaccination of children.
Listen,
this remind me of a movie. It's called The Hunger Games.
Right. Well, it's going to get. See, the thing is,
and I love that movie, man. That was some true shit. And that's when I first saw Alex Jones when he was talking about this movie.
The thing is, man, if they can produce fighting in the streets, if they can produce turmoil in the streets of America, then all certain governments would have to do is make an appeal to the United Nations, and then we would have peacekeepers in our country wearing the uniform of, you can guess whatever nations those soldiers will be wearing the uniforms of, and they'll be wearing blue hats, so we're supposed to consider them peacekeepers. That is exactly what they're trying to do with the supply chain. And remember, the World Health Organization as well as FEMA, both on their websites, told us to prepare ourselves for an upcoming disaster by watching zombie movies. Now, okay,
No,
I don't
not
recall.
zombie movies. Yeah, not zombie movies. I think it's more. They saying zombie movies. I think it's more of a Hunger Games.
Well, but see, the
I
thing
think it's
is,
more of a Hunger Games.
but wait. Remember, we do have half the population of the world vaccinated, and we do not yet know what is going to happen. What is going to happen to them when the spike protein kicks in? And the experiments, and you can look this up online, the experiments that were done with spike protein in animals produced a mad cow disease-like effect. Well, if a human being is kind of acting the way cows acted under mad cow disease, they would probably appear to be kind of zombie-like to us, right? That would be the only way, foaming at the mouth, falling down, biting people in the face and all of that. That would be what we would consider zombie-like behavior. You see what I'm saying?
And it sounds like a sound frequency when they turn that bitch on. When they turn that bitch on, it sounds like it's going to be a sound frequency. You ever seen that movie called The Kingsman, the first one?
Yep. And
remember that they had some type of secret society?
Or 4G radiation or 5G radiation.
Yeah, remember that they flipped that switch on and people start fighting each other and trying to kill each other and killing each other when they flipped that switch on and they started to be mad crazy.
Yep.
And I think that's one of the reasons. I think that's one of the reasons that's going to happen. That's how they turn people zombie-like.
Yep.
Creatures and mind and stuff like that.
If there's a metallic, if there's a metallic component to the vaccine, then yeah, it's going to have some connection to 5G network. It's going to have some connection to our communications infrastructure.
It's like sound radiation type thing.
Radiation, yeah. I mean, if it's a radiation deal, then I would imagine, yeah, it can be easily it can be triggered by something. I mean, something, right? Something's going to be the trigger.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, Devin. My girl's calling me right now. I'm sorry about that.
Oh, no problem, brother. No. Thanks for joining me, man. It's been a good live.
Man, I'm sorry. Yeah, I hope. Yeah, I wish I could stay on and get a go with you. It's gonna be. If you go online again, I'll definitely come back up here and talk to you about these things more, man. About everything.
Definitely.
So check out
brother.
your Instagram, and I will come back and talk about the situation.
I'm gonna do that, brother. Yeah, I'm gonna get on my Instagram right now, man, and catch up. I'm actually gonna end this live, man. I'm probably gonna go live from the home studio later on this afternoon. But I'm gonna end this one. This has been over an hour.
Okay.
Yeah. But
yeah, all right. You got another studio? Okay, all right. I got you.
Yeah. The one with the painting in the back. The one at home. So I'm gonna go home and kind of fire up. I got to get some dinner ready. Some supper, I guess, dinner for my son and everything. And
all right, okay.
Yeah, and I'll go live.
All right, then, Devin. All right, brother, cousin. All right, man. I'll see you next time, man. Peace.
Thank you, brother. Have a good one, man. Peace. All right. Well, thank you, my man, my cousin J Lock, and American Negro. Thanks for showing up. I really appreciate it. I'm going to end this broadcast, this Taco Tuesday broadcast. I want to thank everybody for watching and for going live with me. I want everyone to stay kind because, as you know, kind is not only the new sexy, kind is the only sexy. I want you to stay blessed, and I want you guys to stay healthy. I mean, what can I say, right? Stay healthy. Take care of yourselves. Let's see here. Let me see if I can get a nice close here. All right. So thank you very much, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Peace.
Gold label quality BiomedRx CBD oil is made from organic hemp. Gold label quality BiomedRx CBD oil is made from organic hemp that is locally grown, glyphosate-free, gluten-free, non-GMO, homogenized, third-party tested, and CO2 extracted. Visit www.biomedrxcbd.com.
BiomedRx Optimum Woman is the only woman's high-potency full-spectrum multiple vitamin supplement to contain 56 nutrients, including those most important for today's woman, such as calcium for bone health, iron for healthy red blood cells, beta-carotene, biotin for nail and hair health, gamma-linoleic acid from evening primrose oil, octasanol, grapeseed extract, a potent antioxidant important for maintaining capillary strength, and vegetarian digestive enzymes. Visit www.biomedrxsupplements.com.